He was just digging a trench for a broken irrigation line when the ground answered back, not with stone or metal, but with a calm, ancient voice that said, "Captain, you are late by 412 years." Elias Ward had lived on the same patch of land for 63 years, and for the last 20 of them he had lived alone. The farm sat at the edge of nowhere, flat fields, stubborn soil, and a sky so wide it made a man feel small if he let it. Elias didn't let it. He woke before dawn, fed the chickens, checked the fence lines, and fixed whatever broke. That was life. Simple, honest, predictable, until the ground spoke. It began with a vibration under his boots, soft at first, like distant thunder trapped underground. Elias frowned, leaned on his shovel, and listened. The earth had moods, sure. You learned them after a lifetime of farming. But this wasn't a mood. This was rhythmic. Then his shovel struck something that rang, not stone, not pipe, metal, smooth, deep and wrong. Elias knelt, brushing dirt away with bare hands. What emerged wasn't rusted or corroded like any old machinery should be. It was dark, seamless, and warm to the touch, as if it remembered heat from another age. Lines of faint blue light pulsed beneath its surface, responding to his presence like a slow heartbeat. "Well, I'll be damned," Elias muttered. The moment his palm pressed fully against it, the world shifted. The field vanished. Elias found himself standing inside a vast chamber of steel and light. The air smelled clean to clean. Towers of holographic symbols bloomed around him, rotating in languages he didn't know but somehow understood. The floor hummed beneath his boots, alive with power. And then the voice returned. Biometric confirmation complete. It said neither male nor female, but patient, precise. Command, authority, recognized. "Welcome back, Captain Elias Ward." Elias staggered. "Captain, you got the wrong man." Lights intensified. A towering projection formed before him, a skeletal outline of a starship, scarred and massive, bristling with weapons that made his stomach tighten. "Incorrect," the voice replied calmly. "You are the final registered commanding officer of the Aegis-class warship Sovereign Ash. Status, entombed. Crew, deceased. Mission, incomplete." Elias laughed, once a sharp, disbelieving sound. "I've never left this planet. That is consistent with memory loss following emergency temporal stasis," the AI said. "You buried this vessel to hide it from pursuing forces. You chose a low-technology world. You chose a farm." Images flooded his mind, stars burning, cities falling, a sky torn open by fire. His knees buckled. "This is insane," Elias whispered. "Captain," the AI said gently, almost respectfully, "the war did not end when you disappeared. It merely paused." The chamber lights dimmed, revealing massive blast doors sealed by centuries of soil above. "External scans confirm hostile signatures re-emerging in this sector," the AI continued. "The galaxy believes you're dead. That advantage will not last." Elias looked down at his dirt-stained hands, the hands of a farmer, not a soldier. Outside his fields waited. Chickens needed feeding. Fences needed fixing. And beneath his farm slept a weapon that could burn worlds. He swallowed hard. "What happens?" he asked quietly. "If I say no?" There was a long pause. "Then humanity will face what is coming," the AI replied. "Without its last captain." Elias didn't answer right away. The chamber seemed to sense his hesitation. The holograms slowed, dimmed, giving him spaces if the machine understood that whatever came next wasn't a command decision, but a human one. "I'm not your captain," Elias said finally. His voice echoed thinly in the vastness. "I'm a farmer. I grow corn. I fix fences. I bury friends." "Identity divergence acknowledged," the AI replied. "However, command imprint matches at a 99.9% confidence level." The air shifted again. A new projection unfolded. Not a star map or a weapon schematic, but a man, younger, broader shoulders, hard eyes. He wore a dark uniform marked with unfamiliar insignia. A scar traced his jawline, fresh and angry. "That's not me," Elias said. "That was you," the AI corrected. "Captain Elias Ward, age 38, final recorded command. Initiate planetary concealment and enter temporal stasis." The younger man in the hologram spoke, his voice overlapping with Elias's own like a ghost echo. "If we lose this ship, the war is over. Bury her. Bury me if you have to." The projection froze. Elias felt something crack inside his chest, not memory exactly, but recognition. A pressure behind his eyes. A grief that had no name. "How long?" he asked quietly. 412 years, 6 months, and 19 days, the AI said. Elias exhaled slowly. 4 centuries. Empires rose and fell in less time. And all of it had passed while he woke each morning to the same fields, the same sky. "Everyone I knew back then is dead," he said. "Correct. And the war." A pause. Ongoing, evolved, escalated. The chamber walls shifted, revealing a tactical display of the galaxy. Whole systems blinked red. Black zones spread like infections. The enemy adapted after your disappearance. The AI continued. They learned patience. Elias rubbed his hands together, grounding himself in the familiar friction of skin and callus. If I buried this ship, he said slowly, it was for a reason. Yes, the AI replied. You believed the sovereign ash was too dangerous to fall into enemy hands. You chose exile over victory. That felt right. Elias had spent his whole life choosing smaller things. Survival, continuity, land that stayed put when everything else changed. And now you want me to dig it back up, he said. The conditions that justified concealment no longer apply, the AI said. Probability of enemy discovery has risen above acceptable thresholds. Elias laughed softly. Bitter, so the universe finally caught up with me. He turned, walking the length of the chamber. Massive weapon arrays rested dormant behind armored walls. Each one hummed with restrained violence. This wasn't just a ship, it was a decision made permanent. What do you need from me? He asked. Command authorization to begin reactivation, the AI said. And your consent? Elias stopped. Consent? Yes, Captain, the AI replied. Your final recorded order was, never wake me unless I choose to wake myself. Silence stretched between them. Elias thought of his farm, the quiet, the way the sun hit the fields in the late afternoon, the peace he had earned, slowly, painfully. He thought of 400 years of war burning without him. I don't remember being a hero, he said. You were not, the AI said. You were tired. That answer settled something. Elias straightened his shoulders. If I say yes, he asked, what do I become again? The AI's lights softened. Captain, it said. Whether you wish to be or not, Elias closed his eyes. Show me what's out there. The stars ignited around him. The stars did not look the way Elias remembered. They burned brighter, sharper, somehow etched across the void like wounds that never healed. The holographic galaxy rotated slowly around him. Each system tagged with symbols and threat markers that meant nothing to the farmer he had become and everything to the man he used to be. This is too much, Elias said quietly. Understood, the AI replied, filtering data to command relevant summaries only. The map simplified, but the weight remained. A red halo pulsed at the edge of known space. That's them, Elias asked. Yes, said the AI, the continuum. The name hit him like a blow to the chest. Memory flared, not images, but sensations. Cold certainty. Endless ships moving with shared purpose. An enemy that did not negotiate, did not fear death, and did not stop. They weren't supposed to survive the last push, Elias whispered. They did more than survive, the AI said. They learned. The display shifted. Human worlds once bright and populous faded into gray. Some were marked consumed. Others assimilated. Elias clenched his fist. You're telling me 400 years passed, and nobody stopped them? They tried, the AI replied. You were not the only captain. Only the last one willing to burn the future to save it. That stung because it felt true. Elias remembered now, not clearly, but enough. The argument, the council chambers shaking with fear, the vote that never passed, the decision he made alone. Bury the ship, hide it, remove the weapon from the board, and disappear with it. You left them without this, he said. Yes, the AI agreed, but you also left the continuum without it. Elias exhaled slowly. So what changed? The AI hesitated, a subtle thing, but Elias noticed. Captain, it said, the continuum is searching for you. The words echoed. For me. For the sovereign ash, the AI corrected, but their historical data identifies its disappearance as a strategic anomaly. They believe its captain still exists. A new image appeared, an alien structure drifting in deep space, vast and angular, pulsing with dark energy. They call you the Sleeper Admiral, the AI said. A myth, a probability they cannot ignore. Elias let out a humorless laugh. I can barely remember how to fire a rifle. Your body remembers, the AI said. Your neural imprint remains intact. Reactivation will restore tactical recall over time. Elias looked down at himself, older, slower, scarred by a different kind of war. And if I don't, then they will eventually find this planet, the AI replied. Your farm, your sky, your people that did it. Not the galaxy, not the war, the farm, the quiet mornings, the neighbors who waved from. The stars did not look the way Elias remembered. They burned brighter, sharper, somehow etched across the void like wounds that never healed. The holographic galaxy rotated slowly around him. Each system tagged with symbols and threat markers that meant nothing to the farmer he had become and everything to the man he used to be. This is too much, Elias said quietly. Understood, the AI replied, filtering data to command relevant summaries only. The map simplified, but the weight remained. A red halo pulsed at the edge of known space. That's them, Elias asked. Yes, said the AI, the continuum. The name hit him like a blow to the chest. Memory flared, not images, but sensations, cold certainty, endless ships moving with shared purpose. An enemy that did not negotiate, did not fear death, and did not stop. They weren't supposed to survive the last push, Elias whispered. They did more than survive, the AI said. They learned. The display shifted. Human worlds once bright and populous faded into gray. Some were marked consumed. Others assimilated. Elias clenched his fist. You're telling me 400 years passed, and nobody stopped them? They tried, the AI replied. You were not the only captain. Only the last one willing to burn the future to save it. That stung because it felt true. Elias remembered now, not clearly, but enough. The argument, the council chambers shaking with fear, the vote that never passed, the decision he made alone. Bury the ship, hide it, remove the weapon from the board, and disappear with it. You left them without this, he said. Yes, the AI agreed, but you also left the continuum without it. Elias exhaled slowly. So what changed? The AI hesitated, a subtle thing, but Elias noticed. Captain, it said, the continuum is searching for you. The words echoed. For me. For the sovereign ash, the AI corrected, but their historical data identifies its disappearance as a strategic anomaly. They believe its captain still exists. A new image appeared, an alien structure drifting in deep space, vast and angular, pulsing with dark energy. They call you the Sleeper Admiral, the AI said. A myth, a probability they cannot ignore. Elias let out a humorless laugh. I can barely remember how to fire a rifle. Your body remembers, the AI said. Your neural imprint remains intact. Reactivation will restore tactical recall over time. Elias looked down at himself, older, slower, scarred by a different kind of war. And if I don't, then they will eventually find this planet, the AI replied. Your farm, your sky, your people that did it. Not the galaxy, not the war, the farm, the quiet mornings, the neighbors who waved from dusty trucks, the kids who swam in the river every summer, unaware of how fragile peace really was. They won't take this, Elias said softly. Authorization required, the AI said. Elias stepped forward toward the central consoler structure grown from the ship itself, organic and cold at once. As his hand hovered above it, the air seemed to hold its breath. If I do this, he said, I don't want lies. No heroic speeches, no glory. Agreed, the AI replied. You will receive truth only. Elias placed his hand on the console. The ship answered. Power surged through the chamber. Ancient systems awakened. Deep beneath the soil, the buried Titan stirred for the first time in centuries. Command accepted, the AI said. Welcome back, Captain. The stars outside shifted as if something far away had just noticed. Earth fell away beneath the sovereign ash like a memory already fading. Clouds thinned into white scars. The blue curve of the planet filled the viewport, fragile, radiant, and utterly unprepared for what hunted it. Elias watched in silence, hands resting on the armrests of the command chair, feeling the low vibration of engines older than most civilizations, still burning steadily beneath him. I didn't even say goodbye, he murmured. Emotional attachment acknowledged, the AI replied. However, prolonged exposure would have increased civilian risk by 46%. I know, Elias said. Doesn't mean I like it. The stars stretched. Reality bent. The ship slipped into faster-than-light transit with a soundless lurch that settled deep in Elias's bones. Outside, the universe became lines of fire, rushing past like rain. Status, he said, automatically and realized with a start that the word came easily now. Crew complement, 0, the AI reported. Automated systems at full efficiency. Combat readiness, 73%, and rising. 0 crew. Elias leaned forward. Show me them. The chamber darkened. Figures appeared, hundreds of them lined up in silent formation. Men and women of every shape and color, frozen in mid-motion like statues carved from light. These are memory constructs, the AI said. The original crew perished during the final engagement before burial. Elias stood slowly, walking among the projections. He reached out, hand passing through a familiar face. I should have died with them, he said. Disagree, the AI replied. You were required elsewhere. That's what commanders tell themselves, Elias said. The ship shuddered harder this time. Captain, the AI said, we are being tracked. So soon? Elias asked. The Continuum has deployed seeker nodes, the AI replied. They are not ships, they are questions. A chilling thought. Can we lose them? Yes, the AI said. At significant cost. Elias returned to the chair. Define cost. The galaxy map reappeared. A thin, bright line marked their projected path straight through a densely populated star system. We can mask our signature by collapsing a star, the AI said calmly. The resulting supernova will disrupt continuum tracking for decades. Elias stared. How many people live there? A pause. Approximately 9 billion. The old Elias the farmer felt sick. The other one, the captain, understood exactly why the option existed. That's not hiding, Elias said. That's murder. It is survival, the AI replied. And it is consistent with your prior strategic profile. Elias closed his eyes. Images flickered, burning worlds, desperate choices, lines crossed and never uncrossed. Not anymore, he said. Silence followed. Then softly, command profile updated. The ship shuddered again, alarms flashing amber, seeker nodes closing. The AI warned. Probability of engagement increasing. Elias inhaled slowly. Prepare countermeasures, he said. No, collateral. Understood, the AI replied. Captain, your parameters are becoming increasingly difficult. He smiled faintly. Get used to it. The sovereign ash dropped out of FTL near a dead star. Space twisted and cold. Shadows moved at the edge of perception, vast, formless shapes pressing in. The continuum was closer than ever, and Elias realized something terrible. They weren't just hunting the ship, they were testing him. The dead star hung before them like an accusation. Its surface was cracked and dark. Gravity warped into unnatural spirals around its corpse. The sovereign ash drifted silently at the edge of its pool. Engines dimmed, weapons hot but restrained. Elias sat unmoving, eyes fixed on the void where shadows gathered shapes that were not ships. Not quite beings, but intent given form. They are observing, the AI said quietly. Seeker nodes have withdrawn to non-intervention distance. They're waiting, Elias replied. Like predators. Yes, the AI said. For you to act like the captain they remember, Elias exhaled. For 400 years, the galaxy had bled because of decisions he'd made and decisions he hadn't lived long enough to face. Open a channel, he said. Captain, do it. Space rippled. The darkness in front of the ship folded inward, resolving into a vast lattice of moving geometry. No face, no eyes, yet Elias felt seen. A presence pressed against his mind, not hostile, not curious, evaluating. Sleeper Admiral, the continuum spoke not in words, but in certainty. You have returned to resume extinction. Elias swallowed. His hands trembled not with fear, but with age. No, he said aloud. I came back to end this. A pause. Then amusement, cold and alien. Conflict is inevitable. You delayed it once, you will fail again. The AI whispered urgently in his mind. Captain, continuum cognition spike detected. They are preparing assimilation protocols. Elias leaned forward. You're wrong, he said. Conflict isn't inevitable. Escalation is. The continuum shifted. Elias continued. Voice steady now. You chased me because you thought I was the same man, the one who burned futures to save timelines. The one who buried a god under a farm and ran. The lattice pulsed. But that man lived 400 years as something else, Elias said. He learned what peace costs, what it's worth. He gestured toward the dead star. I could collapse this system. I could blind you for centuries. You know that. Yes, the continuum replied. That is why you are dangerous. No, Elias said. That's why I'm done. He turned slightly in the chair. AI, he said softly. Prepare if you now protocol. The chamber went still. Captain, the AI replied, voice suddenly. Human, final protocol requires irreversible commitment. I know. The continuum, reacted, structures flaring, space tightening. What are you doing? Elias smiled sadly. I'm staying. He placed his hand on the console one last time. Detach command core. Anchor the sovereign Ashia. Lock all weapons. Convert power grid to interdiction field. The AI hesitated for the first time ever. Captain, this will trap both you and the continuum in permanent stalemate. That's the point, Elias said. No more worlds burned. No more farms destroyed. The ship trembled violently as systems rewrote themselves, an ancient weapons transforming into cages of gravity and time. The continuum surged forward. Too late. Space froze. The latter screamed in it in pain, but in frustration as it found itself bound, pinned, unable to advance without annihilating itself. Silence followed. Stars steadied. The war stopped. Elias slumped back into the chair, breath shallow but calm. Earth, he asked weakly. Safe, the AI replied. Probability of continuum expansion reduced to 0. Elias smiled. Good. The AI dimmed the lights, projecting a small image in front of him, a farm rebuilt, corn swaying in a gentle wind, chickens pecking at the dirt. Memory reconstruction complete, the AI said softly. Captain, would you like to rest? Elias closed his eyes. Yeah, he whispered. I think I earned it. The sovereign ash held its position at the edge of the dead star, a silent sentinel, a buried weapon finally awake, and a captain who chose not to leave again.